Welcome to part 9 of the 4L6E transmission rebuild. This video is just going to be all the little things that I needed to do before reassembly. Here I'm checking the clearance of the reaction carrier planet. And the clearance shouldn't exceed 24 thousandths of an inch. Now I am disassembling the support assembly, taking the roller clutch out of the housing, and I cleaned it and did everything, and now I'm putting it back. I cleaned both parts and all the rollers inside. Now I'm putting it everything back, and I'm checking the direction of the roller clutch. It should turn in one direction and lock in the other. Now this is the forward accumulator piston, replacing the seal. There it is. Now I am putting all the forward accumulator components back into the valve body, lubricating the piston with Vaseline, and I'm also going to lubricate inside the housing so the piston can slide in easily. Putting the piston in, making sure it's in the correct orientation. There we go. Now comes the pin, the apply pin, and then the big spring over the piston, and then the little spring over the valve in the valve body. Just taking out the screws, which I put in earlier so I wouldn't lose track. And now I'm going to put the cover on for the forward accumulator and just put the bolts back in. And there wasn't a torque spec for these bolts, but I made sure to tighten them all consistently. First I snugged each one, and then I turned each one the same amount, and just going by feel. There we go. Now we're moving on to the 3/4 accumulator. I'm going to use compressed air to blow out the piston and springs. And I'm just going to, I don't show it, but I clean everything with brake clean. And after I remove this seal first on the 3/4 accumulator piston. Picks are your best friend in removing seals. There we go. Putting the new one on, and this is after I've cleaned everything. Because there was some gunk inside the 3/4 accumulator. Okay, now we're going to reinstall both springs into the accumulator housing and lubricate the housing and the piston with Vaseline. Again, Vaseline is just great. It's so good for assembling transmissions. putting the piston in, making sure it's facing the correct orientation, and just pushing it in. And here I'm just checking the springiness of the piston right here. There we go, and everything feels good. I didn't get this on camera, so I just wanted to explain how I got this seal out of the pump. Basically, there's a hole right here, and I just put the seal puller in that hole underneath the lip, and then just pulled up, and it came out. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning the surface up a little bit where the seal goes. Just using emery cloth and brake clean, and now I'm just going to install the bushing that we took out in the previous video. First using a block of wood to get it flush, and obviously I'm going to clean this after I'm done since it's on the dirty piece of wood. Now I'm using a socket of the same diameter to push it in the rest of the way. There we go. Now I'm lubricating the surface with Vaseline. And I am installing the new pump seal, getting it ready with my hands, and then using a block of wood to hitting it in evenly. There we go. Now you just want to take every single component and clean it and lay it out neatly on a clean surface. Everything must be clean before it is to be reassembled. Make sure you're neat. Alright guys, go to part 10. Thanks for watching.